back in week 2. The Bengals won a defensive grinder in their first matchup against the Ravens. Can Baltimore get revenge? Find out next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time.
For the Bengals defense, ready to see if they can keep building on this long winning streak. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he's been a key reason why this defense is ranked as the #1 unit in the NFL. His ability to be in the right place nearly all the time and make big plays is a big reason why.
They'll start by running the option to the right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Again, Jackson will keep it. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Jackson now. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
You know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Meanwhile, Jackson's thrown into the hands of Andrews. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. And Jackson throwing once more. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Here we go now on first and goal. Here's Jackson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it fourth down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding.
The Cincy defense set to go to work here. Their guys have the lead here in this first half. They'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins 1st and 10.
DC, ready? Middle. Hey, report. Sit up.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will... The Bengals ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've had the upper hand so far in this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this first down. They'll start by running the option to the right. The quick feet by Jackson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now he dumps this off over the middle and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end and have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. 3rd down and 13. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
The Cincy defense set to go to work here. They're in a somewhat unenviable position here to start the drive with the ball already up near midfield. After the interception, here's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. This is Phillips yet again. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The Bengals ready to go on this next defensive possession. They'll play with a lead here to begin this third quarter. Looking for another solid half of football to carry them to victory.
Forward. Ready. Go. Hey, middle.
Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The Cincy defense set to go to work here. They've been the dominant side so far, working with a 2-score lead here in this third quarter as this next drive gets underway.
Real quick. Hey.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Start offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming out of that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Throwing is Jackson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury. The Bengals ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
I'm ready.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for J.K. Dobbins. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, Jackson. That is caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
12 more yards there and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one into the hands of Flowers. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. From the gun, Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. To throw again is Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Edwards. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is...
The Cincy defense set to go to work here. They're going to need to bear down a bit with this drive beginning all the way out past the 40-yard line.
Come on, ready?
Jackson to throw. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. 2nd down, goal to go. Jackson. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
This is 1st and 10.
Go.
Jackson. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now 1st and goal. Jackson. Eluding the pressure. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win, and the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So for Cincinnati, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.